What's up, you guys? It's Jay here again for another video. Um, or should I say podcast? It's a podcast. Actually, we're on episode 5, and we're gonna talk about that. And what season 2 is gonna look like. So, basically, as we celebrate season 5, we're going to talk about Tumblr a lot and all the information overload that consists of Tumblr and the whole wide world that consists of Tumblr and all my edits on Facebook and my aesthetic that's being posted on Twitter. That being said, there's a lot of energy I'm putting on the internet, SJ. That's at J underscore in robots 0023, and that's my username that I'm going by as my ego on the internet, and you need to have one too. As we continue to create and all that. So, pick out a username to go by, and it'll be your first name, and tell everybody that you go by that name is pretty cool, which is the point. Anyway, BTW, if you guys are reading the book on how to self-promote, which is what all the season 1 was about, then just follow along with my little tags and my little notes that I mentioned. And when I tell you to do something, you should. It's a suggestion of a stunt to pull, because I know a lot of stunts, and I post a lot of stunts on the internet, and I do a lot of stunts on the internet. That's why my DMs blow up, because people know that I have a good connection with what to do in community. That being said, I gesture a lot to the community because of the stunts and because of the gestures that you should do my suggestions as stunts, because they qualify you to be well known, and that's what season 1 was about, was being qualified to be well known. But anyway, back to the point. The point is that as we continue to go down season 1 and podcast, there's a lot of things that you need to know real quick, like the internet has so many different social medias that you can't keep up with me. That's one. 2 is that it is totally okay for you to hover around my content, and it's totally okay for you to buy my content. It's totally okay for you to download my content, not illegally, but to pay for it. That's totally fine. And to listen freely, because it is free to listen, but eventually one day we are going to sell the podcast and hope it goes somewhere. We'll do like interviews of bands and strictly deathcore underground and see what that's like as we evolve. That being said, should we talk about season 2 now, or should we continue to talk about the internet? Real quick, to get it off my mind, that freedom is an acknowledgement to the truth, which is just a storyline, and the climax or the hierarchy to being bold or being brave continues with you using your voice. And you using your voice is an acknowledgement in itself, which is the swing of the truth. And we think here, after everybody that records this podcast, we think that using your voice causes bravery, and that you should, and that's our message from season 1. If you guys didn't know that, it's about using your voice, that you get storyline, that you are present in a moment, and when you're present in that moment, lead with your heart is all I'll say. So when that moment comes, and it will come for everybody, um, just lead with your heart is the message. So that being said, we'll talk about season 2, and all that. So season 2 is coming around February, if not sooner. I'm pretty sure it'll be sooner than that. We already have season 2 and 3 written. So far, we're going until season 5, and then we're going to do a revamp, which is happening. Instead of another season or a remake. A remake is coming, but we won't tell you that. That's the secret. That we won't tell you about the remake, but the revamp is coming after season 5, and hopefully we'll have some intentional content here that is really worth listening to, and something that everybody can really fathom and figure out and get to it easily, and download whatever content they need to from us, because we have a lot of dope pictures posted on our internet page. I noticed that the dopeness of it was very consensual. Like, I agreed with all of it. I was like, new pro era Doom. It's pretty cool. But anyway, that'll be season 2. After season 5, the revamp. Season 2 is gonna look like another really big message and a lot of how-tos for stunts. Everybody that's stunning, keep it up. Keep doing stunts on the internet. Keep doing stunts for the page. Keep doing it for the gram. And keep doing it on Snapchat as well. I noticed a lot of y'all are doing it on Snapchat. And, just take it one step at a time and continue to stunt. Be the breeze as you make a new wave. Speaking of a new wave, there will be a new wave in season 2 that we'll be talking a lot more about comedy, and we'll have a lot more funny content. Hopefully it'll be a lot funnier than me just plainly talking like you guys are listening to. But anyway, the mental fact behind that is that when you hear something, you often want it to be funny, because content can be plain or boring or bland, and everybody does it that way. And there's no what people call correction to it. And when there's no correction to it, it seems boring, and everybody has correction that they don't use. So then when people do have correction, they have legal rights to that content. And when we do that with season 2, we'll have a lot of correction and a lot of automatics. So that being said, this episode 1 wasn't a pilot. We didn't have to pitch a pilot. We had planned this a year ago, and everybody had written and completed a season altogether to cram as much information into it as possible, and I do the gist of it. I got hired to host, and that was the amazing part of this podcast, that I was hosting SoundWave, which is my stunt. What was yours at the end of the year? Like our New Year's resolution, our big stunt will be this. So feel free to mention that in the comments. I'm excited to read that. I'm so excited to read everybody's stunts. And I'll wrap it up now because I'm 4 minutes over my podcast time. Okay, Don't forget to follow us on all our social media, and especially don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Peace out.